go. Could you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
All right, guys. Hey, what's up? This is GFXLab, and I have an epic beast and legend with me today. Introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, what's good, everybody? It's NASA. Chilling with my boy GFX Lab. What's going on, man?
Tell them how much you care, NASA.
I don't care.
I watched that video so many times now. I send that video to people like that don't even know about Call of Duty.
Yeah, it was funny, man. It was like a well produced video, and it's just the way it's done is perfect for laughs. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way I could watch that video with a straight face and be like, "That's whack." You know, every time I've watched it so far, I at least cracked a smile.
Yeah, I like those. I used to make those videos a long time ago, like videos that you could send to your friends, even if they don't know about, what's going on in the video, they can still laugh about something. That's why I think my original remix videos were so funny, was because there were words that there was like titty fuck or like titty
Yeah.
fuck, those songs. People would laugh at that because everyone can relate to it, but they, even if they didn't know who the commentator was or who was saying it, they were just funny. And I think those are the best videos, the ones that you can show to anybody and they'll laugh. Doesn't matter who they are.
Yeah, I mean it's humor, man. I mean, I don't know anybody who I've ever met in my whole life who doesn't like to laugh. You know, everybody likes to laugh. So humor is like the universal language. You know what I mean? Like, there's even people who you could watch talking different language, whatever. But if it's funny, you're gonna laugh and accept it. You know, so
Yeah, but that's just,
that's
I
what I'm
think
trying to
that's
do,
like,
man.
I think
Humor is
that's
key.
just, sorry, we're like lagging on Skype, but that, to me, that's the key thing to making videos on YouTube, is to make it so that like anybody could show anybody else at any point in time one of your videos, and then they'll instantly get what your channel's about, and then they might subscribe if they like it. But the idea is to reach as many people as you can, not just like focus on a few people, especially if you do videos about other commentators or other specific things in the game, or you try and make yourself like a specific game type player,
Yeah, yeah.
stuff
I
like
know.
that.
I know what you mean. Like, a lot of channels are like one trick ponies. Either Call of Duty, or it's either Battlefield, or it's either Minecraft, or it's either you know. But then you restrict a lot of audience. I mean, even if you're popular, excuse me, you're still giving up a large percentage of people that just ain't interested in that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's good for these channels that aren't, mega huge, millions of subscribers. It's good to have content that everybody could relate to. Because right now, as it is now, people make a channel, just post Call of Duty 24/7 because they know that's what get the views. But that's not really how it works. It's not so straightforward like that. Post Call of Duty 24/7. If you're nobody, you still ain't gonna get no views anyway. So you got to figure out like a median where people gonna check out your channel and notice you. That's the key, is standing out. If you don't stand out, then that's it. You're dead already. DOA. So you need to be able to stand out first of all, and that's pretty much what you do with your channel. Your channel kind of stands out because the remixes and stuff like that, and really a lot of people aren't doing stuff like that. But that's the key, standing out. If you don't stand out, then you're done.
Yeah, I remember when I first started, there was like only a few people, so it was only like a small cast of characters that you could choose to be with. So like there was Wings of Redemption, who had like, he had his like his voice, like his the way he talks and his accent and everything, like, was
Yeah.
one character. And then there was Only Use Me Blade, and then there was Hutch and CNanners, and they were all like their own individual characters with their own, like, they were all like separate, and that's what made them at that time like amazing. It made the commentary scene amazing because you had all these variation of people that you could choose to watch, and it was like a cast of characters in
Yeah.
this commentary world. And now there's just like absolutely like there's a whole bunch of people out there who are cookie cutter
Yeah,
commentators.
everything now is like, just, yo, check out this double Moab, triple Moab I got. And it's all bland commentary over it, no effects, no editing, no nothing.
Yeah, especially if you make a video and you don't watch your commentaries, or you're just putting video like in there, then you're like missing in it. You're missing an entire part of your presentation. The visuals should match what your audio says.
Yeah.
If you have those in sync, then it makes sense to watch your video. If you're just like talking about something that totally doesn't relate, then it's like, I mean, I'm kind of I kind of did that on my channel before, like where I just made videos that didn't relate to any of the
Just to put
anything
something
that was
up.
going. Yeah, just to put something up, and now I realize like that's retarded. So I started going back to making songs, and I started making like stuff about what's going on in the game, and that's what I think that's what I like doing now, and that's kind of my me coming back to the commentary scene. I stopped for a while because I didn't really care about the commentary scene anymore. I was more focused on stuff that was happening in my life. But now I kind of have that set. So I'm coming back to doing commentaries, playing games, playing on Xbox Live. I stopped that as well. And I even stopped watching channels. So I have a lot of videos to catch up to, like NASA's videos, a lot of other people's videos that I haven't been watching. But how was you've just been posting videos though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I used to see at one point I didn't really post content based on what I thought was acceptable. I always posted like just whatever I felt like posting, but I think I kind of started giving in to a degree where I used to be like, man, I can't post this. You know what I mean? But that's not even a reality saying you can't post this, you know? Anything you record or anything you feel positive about or confident about is postable on your channel, you know? This whole notion of like if because I'm sure you've said it too to yourself, you know, you get killed on the end of the round or something, you're like, I can't post this now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not like that. You know, that's like it's like a built-in idea that's just not true. You know, you can post anything you want on your channel. You know, that's the whole. When YouTube started, it was like, yo, people just post videos of just yo, hey, look at my son running around, and it was just random videos. It wasn't really no like idea behind it. It was just videos, you know, just random videos where you just like, oh wow, some dude posted a video about him doing some 360 on rollerblades. Let me see what he did or whatever. So it wasn't really no depth to it, but that wasn't a bad thing, you know, because it was just like people were just posting stuff. Now, I mean, I'm sure you get them too. People be like, hey yo, NASA, I got this like 35 and 5. Is that postable? Is that, you know, is that YouTube worthy? And it's like, yo, dude, anything you want to post is YouTube worthy. You know, get all that like, this ain't good enough. Throw that all out the window, you know? And that's what I started to do now. You know, sometimes I have some like funny stuff going on and I'll be like, well, it's only a minute long, you know, it's gonna look like if I'm just trying to get money, I can't post it. But, you know, nah man, forget that. You know, if you want to post something, if you see something funny or you just like or just anything you feel like putting up, put it up. You know, that's the key too, is being confident about what you're putting up. As long as what you're doing, you're 100% behind. You can't let nobody tell you that it's bad or it's unacceptable, it's not good enough or any of that stuff. You know what I mean? Just stop worrying about that and just post what you want to post.
Yeah, that's a huge thing that I've thought like, man, I didn't get the ace. Like this is not. I only got 5 kills and it's the first game and or it's the first round and I'm not gonna post this anymore. And even though I'll get like a triple spray or something like, and I'm playing search and destroy, so and I'll be like 17 and I don't know. So like the other day I posted a game. It was 17 and 3, but it was in like 6 rounds, and I was like, man, it's not postable because I was like, because man, it's like 6 rounds and I only got 17 kills. I should have.
Yeah.
And then like people are like, that's kind of ridiculous. And I think sometimes we get caught up in the YouTube world so much that we start to forget that even our crappy games, like even games that we think are that we're actually throwing away, are games that people can't get. And there's like the majority of people on YouTube, I don't think they can get those games, but in our own minds we're like defeating ourselves like, oh man, this game sucks, like there's no way I'm going to be able to post this and anyone's going to appreciate it. Yeah. When actually it's probably a beast game. Like my boy Rodriguez gets these crazy games like every game. To me, like those are crazy, but to him, he's like, I can get better ones. Yeah. It's like those aren't all that good.
Yeah.
And he'll be like a regular TDM match, and he'll have like 40, 50 kills, and everyone else won't have any kills, and he'll just be like, I could probably get a better one than that. I'd be like, God damn, if Rodriguez, I'm gonna send Rodriguez an HD PBR just because he's so crazy, and he's gonna have to owe me gameplay. I'll just send him my gamer tag, send him an HD PBR, and for rent for my HD PBR, he can send me games.
Yeah, man. But that's the thing, man. People like there's this like huge like misconception of what YouTube is about, you know? And it was, I guess it was more strict in the beginning because you felt like you had to really bring it if you wanted to post videos, you know, compared to what was being posted at the time. But now it's like, I mean, anybody could admit to it. It's so oversaturated right now that it's not that there isn't any standards anymore, but it's more so to the fact that there's so many videos and stuff being posted on a daily basis that you can't really care because like even if you like, oh man, I died 5 times, I can't post, then you post a game where you go flawless. I mean, you're still not gonna stand out because there's probably like 10 million other flawless videos that went up the same day. So you know, you can't really stand out anymore just by a gameplay or a score or whatever. That's why you just have to be yourself. And it's like if people like you, they're gonna gravitate towards you, and they're gonna be like, yo, this dude's cool, or this dude's funny. You know, I'm gonna subscribe to him, check out his videos, and that's what's key now. You know, a lot of people now be like, yo, check out this like a 65-2 video guy. Then you watch the video and they're like, hey, you know, I'm walking over here and I killed this guy, and you're like, dude, I don't want to watch this video, and I'm sure nobody else wants to watch this video, you know? So at some point, you got to just throw out all that stuff out the window and just be like, listen, I'm going to post what I want to post. The people who like me are going to like me. The people who don't like me are not going to like me, and accept it. You know, you're not, over time, you're going to realize, especially over the internet, you're not going to please everybody. You know, it's impossible. There's going to be people who just flat out just don't like you, period. So no matter what you do, they're not going to like you. But you know, you just gotta post stuff that you feel like, yo, this is what I'm gonna post, and that's it. It is what it is. You know, you can't restrict yourself of doing anything. You know, as far as your YouTube stuff goes, and just enjoy it. You know, because like I said, like I stopped posting Call of Duty for a while, and I gave up a lot because of that, especially you know financially wise. But I was content with what I was posting. You know, I was happy and I was behind it 100%. So as long as like even if you post only Call of Duty, but if you're behind it 100%, that's fine. You know, if you're posting it just to post it because you know that's what people watch, that's a different story. But the key is, you know, doing what you want to do, and that's it, regardless of what else you know people say or what's going on around you.
Yeah, and another thing I want to add is like there's a lot of people that think that effort and the harder you try to impress people, the more they'll like you. Like they think that effort will equal success when in reality the most effortless videos get the most views on the
Yeah.
internet. If you look at like videos, just look at every viral video that's ever been out there. It's always been somebody who's messed up, somebody who like totally did something that you don't ever think would happen. There's a lot of these videos where people will do these crazy trick shots with basketballs and stuff like that. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
those are total luck. Like even the trick shotting community, all that is total luck. Like anything that happens on YouTube that is amazing is something that just happened and you would never think happens, and it
Just got
was
on
effort.
video. That's
Yeah, it
it.
was effortless.
Yeah.
So the more effortless it is, the better probably your video is going to be. And if you like say if you expect to get like 10,000 views just because you spent 20 hours on a video editing it to look like some rainbow color flashing like rave, like no one's going to watch that, especially if it has dubstep.
Yeah, and that's not to say that editing isn't important, you know, but the thing is you have to be, you know, you have to have the talents behind it, you know. I mean, if you're some average Joe just editing your videos and it comes out like super basic, you're not, you know, you're not doing you're not doing anything anybody else couldn't do. But if you're like an amazing editor like what's his name, Jimmy Snakes, he makes some like crazy edited videos where you're just like, whoa, you know, that's different because now people watch that and they'll be like, damn, did you see this? You know what I mean? But if you're just like throwing some transition in and you're saying, and you consider that like, yeah, I edited this video, you know, that's not editing. You know what I mean? Everybody has access to that. You know, you're just throwing in transitions. That's not anything special. It does help, makes your video look a little bit better. But the key is standing out too. You know, if you can't expect to gain 1 million subs if your video looks exactly like the next man's video, you know. So you got to stand out. You either got to be really funny, really good in editing, being really good at the game, or just being really creative, or just having something unique. But something out of those, you know, out of anything that's important has to stand out in order for you to really have a chance at getting big on this YouTube thing. And a lot of people just try to copy and paste, but you got to remember that's not going to make you stand out, because if you're copying and pasting, then obviously there's people already doing that. So it's like, why would they go watch you if they got another guy who's doing that already? So you got to do something to make yourself, stand out from the crowd, and a lot of people just don't even try that. They're just like, oh, well, this guy does this, I'm gonna try to copy him, and I'll be straight. But no, you're not gonna be straight. So when you say, yo, why am I not getting any views? I got 17,000 kills in one, and my video only got 100 views, Yeah, you know why? Because everybody's doing that. You got to do something else. I mean, unfortunately, you wasn't the first person on YouTube, so you can't just do a regular basic commentary and get 10,000 views, But that's reality, you're late to the party, so now you got to adjust, And some people just don't want to put themselves through that. They just want to try to copy and paste and try to get success off of that. But it's too late for that now. That copy and paste job is done. That time in YouTube is done. Maybe a few years ago it was still going on, but nowadays that's it, man. Them days are just doing what everybody else is doing and becoming popular. That's a no-go now. There's just too many channels out there.
Yeah, and I do kind of miss those days, like back when when there was only a few channels, and you would have, like, it was kind of like TV. Back in the day, you'd only have like maybe like 20 channels if you're poor like me.
Yeah.
And you would choose like which ones you would spend your time on, or you wouldn't even do it at all. And I think YouTube is like an extension of that, but like a million times. So in the beginning, the commentary scene
was like
really
basic
small.
cable.
Yeah, it's like basic cable. Now you have HBO. Now you have
you have cable. Not even just cable with the the premium channels. Now you got cable with the premium channels, with the HD channels, with the pay-per-view channels, with all the sports channels. You just have way too many stuff to watch right now.
Yeah, and it's so you definitely have to stick out, but not to say that effort doesn't take or doesn't add, as long as you're like putting in you into your videos, kind of like how Timar and Xbox Ahoy do their videos. There's a lot of effort going into those videos, but the thing with their videos is they're doing it in their vision. Like, they have like their own personalities that they're putting into the videos that they think are going to come out amazing. And Xbox Ahoy, he's got a like professional job off his videos. So if you want a big channel, you've got to think on like a big level. But if you just want to be a successful channel, then you've just got to be yourself, and you got to make sure that everything you do is all up to you. Don't ever like let other people into your mind, especially if they're like in your comment section. To me, the comment section is totally irrelevant to your channel. Just because, for me, I've never gotten constructive criticism from my comment section ever. It's always been like, GFXLab, it's always been a ego massage. That's all it is. Like, that's all the comment section is, and it's placed to see what hilarious.
Yeah, it's either people who back you 100% or people who don't back you 100%. That's it.
Yeah, and it's pretty funny. That's why I enjoy comment section, just to see what people say, because to me, like, the GFXLab name or the GFXLab character, to me, is a character like Dr. Disrespect, like all the other characters that you see on, like El Presador. Like, those are all like characters, and to me, I'm developing the GFXLab character. I'm sure NASA thinks of, whenever he gets on his channel, he's the NASA character. And if you can play off that character and build it and establish like a whole thing, then you'll have a really successful channel that people will love. And people like continuity. People like those sorts of things. Like, people really love like catchphrases and things that they can relate to other people with, especially other people in the audience. Like, if you go in the comment section, you'll see someone repeating, something that was said in the video, and then they'll thumbs up it. That's what people love, is whatever they're saying in the comments on those like specific thing, like those specific phrases or whatever you're doing in the video. Keep doing that. And keep doing it continuously in different ways, and try and switch up your content so it doesn't get stale and people start to you don't want to be predictable, but you want to stay relevant. So for me, that's my advice. That's NASA's pretty awesome having you on the channel, NASA. I know this is a pretty long one. Pretty long commentary.
Man. I mean, listen, I've known you for a long time, or not, not like years and years and years, but I've known you as far as YouTube goes. I've known you for quite a bit, and I just you know, I went through a few transitions myself on my channel and stuff like that, going back and forth here and there. And it's like, but you know, I always tell people the relationships you get on YouTube, especially when you're small and just going through the progress of growing as a big channel, you meet a lot of people who, you know, become real cool people who you know what I mean? And like even you, for example, I cannot speak to you for a long time, but I know you, you know, and I know that, you know, I'm on good terms with you. I never really been on bad terms with you or anything like that, and that you're a cool dude. So even if you pop up 6 months, every 6 months, every 12 months, whatever, I still know like, oh yeah, that's GFXLab, whatever. So you know,
Yeah.
but you know, like I said, I was chilling out or whatever. I seen you, you hit me up. We was chit chatting. I'm like, yo, you know, whatever. Let's just do a video, a dual com, whatever, real quick. So, but that's the key. You know what I mean? People want to blow up and get to this high level, but you got to remember, like the most important people you meet are the people when you're small, when you're growing it, you know, and improving on, you know, your content and growing as your own channel. That those people you got to remember, man. Those are the people who's going to be around when you blow up. When if you don't blow up, if you just become a total failure, those are going to be people that's going to be around, you know, from beginning to end. So like, you know, it's like perfect example here. You know, some people like, oh, I don't even know who this dude is who you're doing a video with. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of people don't know who I am. But the thing is, I know you, you know me, and that's the key. You know, is those relationships. So anyway, not to get too deep into it, but you know,
Yeah,
I
for sure.
appreciate, you know, you letting me do this dual com with you, hopping on, just chit chatting for a few. For the people listening, you know, I know we got into kind of a little bit deep every now and then here and there, but you know, YouTube, as straightforward as it looks, it's not really straightforward at the same time, and there's a lot of little intricacies that goes into it, and it's not always going to be so easy, and it's not always going to be so hard, but you know, it just you just got to take it for what it is. Sometimes you'll be all right, be successful. Sometimes you won't, but you can't let it get you down, and you can't let it go to your head. You know, you just got to take it for what it is, and that's it, and roll with the punches. So, you know, anyway, long story short, GFX Lab, I appreciate this video. Happy I got to chit chat with you for a while. You
Yeah,
know,
man. Anytime.
whenever you wanna chop it up, just hit me up. You know, I'm waiting for that remix still. It's been like 18 months in the making. I'm sure I'll get it eventually one day.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I always enjoy, you know, having a discussion with you, you know, and I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on as well. And definitely my advice for you guys, my last tidbit of advice is don't look at your comments section, post videos, and don't give a shit and just have fun. All
Yeah,
right, guys.
basically.
All right. If you guys want to check out NASA's channel, there'll be a link in the description below. There'll also probably be an annotation up on the screen. You can check out NASA. I don't know. He has like four
Oh man,
channels. Who knows which one he's gonna be posting on? But I'll post the one that he wants though. But I hope you guys have an epic day. And you want to say anything in NASA to cue them out?
Nah, man. You know what? All I can say is, it is what it is, man. Peace.
Peace, guys.
Goddamn, girl, you got a fat ass.
Hey, instead of sitting here spanking the monkey, why don't you go ahead and like my boy GFXLab on Facebook? www.facebook.com/GFXLab.